Blossom killed Mojo Jojo. Are you kidding me? Hey, Hollywood. I know you're not listening to this. I'm going to pretend you're listening to this. And maybe somehow this is going to get to you. I got something I got to say. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. What is in your head? What is wrong with you? That you are taking beloved children's franchises. These are franchises for children. And I can't even describe what you're doing to them. You're forcing them to dig their own graves before you shoot them in the back of the head with a shotgun and bury them. There is something wrong with you. What are we talking about? What do we got to talk about today? We got to talk about the goddamn Powerpuff Girls. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I don't know if you're aware of this, but they did announce at one point a Powerpuff Girls reboot. Is it a fun cartoon? No. It's this. It's actual ladies dressed up like the Powerpuff Girls. Here they are. There we go. There's a nice picture of them. Why are they doing this? Because we live in the future of horrific nightmare land, whatever this is, where not only do we have to reboot everything, but we have to make it edgy. We have to edgify it. We have to take something that was fun and whatever, and it's like, now it's going to be, you know, what if they were like angsty teens and dealing with depression and blah, blah, blah. Okay, when I heard about this already, I was already upset. I was already like, this is a terrible idea. Okay, because I like the Powerpuff Girls. I really do. What a great cartoon. There is no reason to try and make it edgy. It goes against everything that it was about. I mean, part of the joke was that, what do you call it? Buttercup was always trying to be... It was funny that she was trying to be edgy and it didn't fit, where it's like, you're an adorable little girl. Like, that was part of the joke. But now they are all going to actually be slightly edgy or whatever else. Now, I knew it was going to be bad. I did not know how bad it was going to be. Because what happened is the script leaked on Twitter. It leaked on a few places. And before I could get to it, it was gone. People were saying, this can't be real. It can't be real. Well, how do we know it's real? It's been taken down with a copyright strike. This is confirmed that this is the script of the new Powerpuff Girls. Now, they're claiming that apparently this script is an older script and they're not using it and they're going to try again from the ground up. But if this is where they're starting from, we're in trouble. Let's go through here, because I can't get to the real script. I can find a couple lines, I can find synopsises, but I am unable to find the actual script. Luckily, some people have written down what the script contains, and some of it is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, now this would be the plot of the pilot episode. The pilot begins with a live-action recreation of their lives as little girl superheroes. Apparently, you know, we'd get child actors to show what it was like to be a young Powerpuff Girl, whatever else. Okay, they are fighting some monsters. We meet Professor Utonium, who is now Drake Utonium, and he is dating Cerebellum, and there is no sign of the mayor. So the mayor's not in it. Great, we're already deleting characters. Wonderful. Now here's where I go nuts. This is honestly what drove me nuts and made me have to make this. The Powerpuff Girls cartoon exists in universe as a merchandising tie-in that totally whitewashed us. I cannot put into words how awful that is. And I hope that's why they've taken the script and hopefully thrown most of it out. So what they're saying is that the Powerpuff Girls cartoon that we know and love exists in their franchise, but as we can see from these actors, Buttercup is a woman of color. I believe she's African American. I don't know her exact race. Point is, she's not a white lady. But we look at the cartoon, they're saying in-universe, they changed her to be white. And that was a horrible, evil, racist thing that they did. Okay, I need to break this down for whoever's writing this. Do you understand that people love the original Powerpuff Girls cartoon? And the reason they're maybe watching your new show is because they love that cartoon. Like, that's why they're invested in this franchise. So why would you write a script that establishes that the cartoon these people know and love is actually racist? Do you understand that? Do you get that? Does that make sense to you? Why that is a terrible fucking idea. we talk about this concept of fan service a lot, okay? If you're writing one of these shows that is based on a classic property, you have to do right by the fans. The fans don't want to hear that the cartoon they grew up loving in your universe is a emblem of racism, and they made the black girl into a white girl because whoever made it was right. No! 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 What is wrong with you? Because then I'm going to start asking questions. Does Powerpuff Girls creator Craig McCracken exist in your universe? And if so, is he a secret racist? Is the creator of Powerpuff Girls like, I can't have black girls in my cartoon, I better make them white? What is wrong with you? Just don't do it. This is insanity. Right off the bat, insanity. And I want to say it gets worse, and it does get worse. Let's see. Okay, so the girls were superheroes because Utonium forced them to be, dictating every aspect of their lives until they couldn't take it anymore. So this guy, who, as we know, in the original cartoon, birthed them from nothing, okay, is responsible for them existing, but he's a bad guy because he made them be super... Oh, I don't want Professor Utonium to be a bad guy. I don't need that. What are these writers doing? It's insanity. I do not understand. He's a beloved part of the franchise. Why don't you just go, it's the future, the Powerpuff Girls, they're a little crazier now that they're older, you know, but Professor Utonium, he still loves them. No, he's an evil jerk who forced them into a life of superhero-dom until, as we find out, I can't believe this is real. Remember Mojo, Jojo? This is a joke. Is this a joke? This is a joke, right? Like, we're having a laugh. Okay? I cannot fathom how this is real. Here's Mojo Jojo. Again, I love this cartoon. It was such a great cartoon. He's a fun, evil monkey. What do you do with that character? If I was writing this, you know what I would do? I would make him a fun, evil monkey. I'd keep that. It's a great part of what makes it work. What is this? What do these people do? Blossom killed Mojo Jojo. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on. Come on. She killed... Now, I guess Mojo Jojo in this universe is like a human and not a monkey. But regardless, like, this is a joke. It's a joke. Like, what other children's franchise would you do this with? Like, do you take Scooby-Doo and it's like, oh, you know, they were out in the Mystery Machine and they hit and they killed a drifter with their van and they buried her in the woods. Like, what are you doing? What are you why don't you just make it fun? This is ridiculous. So they're not fighting Mojo Jojo. They're fighting his son, who's probably pretty mad that they killed his dad. I can understand that. And here we go. Years later, adult Blossom has held it together, so she's like the rock of the group. Bubbles is a washed-up reality TV star, so she's basically like a Lindsay Lohan, and Buttercup has hidden herself in the woods. And then they meet back up, and I guess Professor Utonium lost all the money he made from merchandising because he invested in fidget spinners. What is going on? What is going on? I'm going to find these quotes right now. Let's just get them. Let's find it. Okay, well, here we go. Here's some of the script that, again, they're taking these down with copyrights. I might get a copyright strike for this video by trying to show this to you guys, but we got to talk about it. Okay, Bubble says, Blossom's fine. I saw her on Insta that she's got a boyfriend. I saw on LinkedIn she got promoted. And I saw on Facebook she still talks to Grandpa despite their political differences. Buttercup says, coming back here is probably triggering for her, you know, because that's what the kids talk about these days. Why? Because she's the one who killed Mojo? I mean, moveon.org. Okay, she killed Mojo Jojo. This is a comedic farce. Why would you have a show about you killed the fun monkey from the cartoon? Who is writing this stuff? Who sits down? Like, I'm trying to think what else you could do this with. Why don't we do Dexter's Lab, but he accidentally kills his whole family in a nuclear explosion? Wouldn't that be better? You know, because then he's got to grapple with that. Why don't we do SpongeBob SquarePants, but he's addicted to heroin? Like, just stop. Just fucking stop. This is ridiculous. Buttercup, Blossom, wake up or we're going to leak your nudes. I don't want the Powerpuff Girls talking about leaking nudes. I don't want it. I don't want it. Who wants this? Why are you making this? Why don't I know? Look, I know Hollywood. I get it. You go, we own a franchise. We got to milk it for every fucking thing it's worth. Why don't you just, for once in your life, say, I want to make a dark twist on, young female superheroes or whatever else, and just make a whole new thing? Don't call it Powerpuff Girls. Call it, Angry Teenage Girl Squad or whatever. Invent a new franchise. I know you don't want to do it. I know it's going to take a little more work, and it's going to be a little harder to sell action figures and whatever kind of merchandise you want to sell. But for the love of God, wouldn't it be paying so much more respect to this thing that we know and love instead of taking it? I really hope. I mean, think about it. When this fails, we're going to be forever. Your franchise is tainted. What if you try to reboot it again? You're like, let's do it as a kid-friendly franchise. We're always going to have to talk about that time that the Powerpuff Girls were murderers who just talked about getting naked and getting wasted and whatever else. Apparently, at the beginning of the episode, they wake up from a hangover. And I think they're supposed to be like 17-year-olds. And you're like, oh, good. The teenagers are getting drunk and murdering people. Here's just more nonsense. Powerpuff Girls, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Int Powerpuff Girls home. Buttercup's room. Remember, again, I think these girls are supposed to be 18 or 19. Blossom goes upstairs. There's a bumping sound from Buttercup's room, which suddenly stops. She opens the door to find Buttercup in bed with Macy, the woman she was eyeing at the bar the night before. They've just... I can't even read this. They've just finished. Blossom, oh God, I'm sorry. Buttercup says to Macy, it's fine, we're done, right? Macy says 6 times is enough. Okay. So, Buttercup just finished having lesbian sex. Six times they had 6 orgasms. I'm thinking, I guess, now about how when I was a child I would watch the Powerpuff Girls cartoon. And there was no part of me that was thinking about, whether or not they were having sex. Whether or not they were shacking up. No part of me looks at this and says, I wonder if these ladies are having orgasms with their female partners. It's sick. It's sick in a way. It's disgusting. I don't care that they're grown up. Okay? We've met these characters as children. We know them as children. The idea that I want to... look, I get that they're going to get older. They're going to have boyfriends and girlfriends and whatever else. But do I really need to talk about them shacking up and how many times that they orgasmed with their female part? It's really gross. It's really disgusting. I'm not a prude. This would be fine dialogue in any other franchise. But the problem is it's this. It's Powerpuff Girls. Again, do you want a Dexter's Lab where he talks about how many times he jerked off? No. Do you want an episode of Scooby-Doo where, Velma's talking about, I don't know, hooking up with, well, whatever, I'd watch that. If Velma and Daphne are hooking up, okay, that fits the bar. But not this! This is kids. I don't like it. Look, what it comes down to is Hollywood is a cancer. They don't let writers in who know what they're doing. A guy like me, I've had these discussions with people. I had a discussion with someone yesterday. They went, if you weren't a white male, you probably would have a writing job in Hollywood right now. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't fit the diversity quota. And I love the diversity quota. We got to bring in diverse writers from all sorts of backgrounds, sure. But some of these guys come in, and I don't think they got the job based on being the best writer in the room. I think they got the job based on the fact that, I don't know, they fit a couple check boxes, and now I got to hear about Buttercup having sex. I don't... ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. What do you do? What do we do? What can we say? We can say, this is nonsense. It's nonsense. I don't like it. If you like it or you don't like it, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. I gotta go bleach my eyes. Because just looking at all of this, reading this script, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.